Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to continue with chapter 3 of the Elysian realm. Last time we reached 28, so around halfway done. Yeah, I will split it in 4 parts, I have decided. And yeah, we are now gonna continue, go to around 45, bit more, bit less, depending, but yeah, let us continue. And these missions I will, like always, just skip, since yeah, they don't make much sense for me to show, since they are only repetitive. So yeah. Boss, you're back. Boss? What's up, boss? No, wait, Porto, don't call me that. It feels weird. Huh? But calling you May feels wrong. I always call everyone by their name around here, but you deserve a special title. Relax, May. Boss, you're the only one with that title around here. If you're not used to it yourself, just call me by my name, like you used to. No, no way. How you address someone in business is very important. The title boss has brought me lots of good luck in the past, especially back on Sundown Alley. Didn't matter who I was talking to, everyone was boss. And if anyone overhears, most of them will think I'm doing a debrief. Don't worry, boss. We got everything you need right here. And to catch this non-existing boss, they're usually too afraid to make any move and started the boss. By the time they realize something's wrong, we're long gone. I didn't realize you used to live in this kind of life. Sundown LA, Porto, you mentioned running into Kalpas there, which means you knew each other before joining the Moths? What do you mean? I only knew after joining the Moths. I was shocked when I found out. I mean, a lot of things are interconnected, but even still, who would have thought he become a porter for the shelter? Shelter? The only one on Sundown LA takes in the struggling to get by, kids and adults. It wasn't long before it burned down. I think it was a fire or an explosion. Honkai. Ah, so your generation also blames it all on Honkai. It's something that really hasn't changed at all. Sundown Alice Shelter, a Honkai disaster. Kalpas. Wait, her and Sakura were... May? Boss? So quite impulsive all of a sudden? Ah, it's nothing, just thinking about something. Oh, and Pato, don't call me boss, I don't like it, it sounds weird, very weird. Oh, alright, boss, I mean May. And now to Griseo and Kosma. I think we won't be able to find Griseo without Kosma. Oh. Yeah. So many colors, and still not enough. This painting needs new colors, but where? Griseo, you came back. What's up? Did you find the colors you were looking for? Not yet. There are so many colors here, but not the ones I want. The colors that don't exist yet. Colors that don't exist? Yes, like... The girl in white suddenly stood toe and pressed one finger against the hilt of May's blade. Like that. It can create colors that don't exist. Every type of red and black, warm and cool. Griseo, you... Please, step away from her a bit, Raiden May. The youth appeared suddenly, snatching the blade at May's wrist from Griseo's hand. Kosma? Kosma, are you here to take me back? Yes. But I don't want to go. I want to stay here. There are so few colors in the studio, and so many more here. So I want to stay here longer. Please, Kosma? Raiden May, can you come here? I want to talk to you about something. So what's going on? Perhaps I forgot to tell you, but next time you see Griseo, it would be best not to bring your sword. Not gonna happen. As someone you once put in harm's way, I think you can understand my reason for not doing so. It's nothing to me, but to Griseo. She shouldn't be around people like you. It's still too early for you to understand. No, not like that. That's too much like Kevin. She's so sensitive to these sorts of things. The violent nature of a sword may change her. Wait, but that sounds too much like Sakura. No, I need a gentler way to put it. Look, you should listen to me. It's for everyone's benefit. Aponia. I knew it. Fine. I see you one more time, Aponia. May, it's been a while. You don't look like you acquired new scars. Aponia, about before. Please, wait, May. Aponia extended her hand and pointed at her collar. This is a mess. Let me help you tidy up. Could you please come closer? No, there are more important matters. Was the right answer, but for some reason that answer didn't come out. The gentle request trusted like the words of an oracle. Okay. Right hands reaching out from the darkness, not making a sound. They would look nicer coming from white cuffs. They didn't look like the type to be pulling strings in the shadow. Thank you. It was nothing. But where possible, I rather use these hands to soothe your aches and doubts. After fixing May's collar, she returned her hands to her lap. I have doubts because of you. I ran into an accident before coming here, but it seems you saved me. Yes, but Vivi would have finished her grand finale with or without me. I could not bear to watch you suffer even more in the possible dance. But you said you kill me yourself in 10 days time, so why help me out? Because killing you was never my intent. Soon you will understand. One need not have evil in their heart to take a life. The help I've provided isn't in conflict with my future actions. That is our intertwined fate, which cannot be stopped nor avoided. If it were up to me, I have you grip my throat, pass that full burden onto me. May involuntarily shifted her gaze upwards. They are as white as her hands. Yes, her eyes did not cross the cell's darkness, and yet she still felt she could see the white neck, as though it were in front of her own eyes, as if it were being held tightly in her palms. What would it feel like, holding it tightly? Good, May. That will be all for today. Your current condition does not allow you to extend your stay here. I look forward to our next meeting. I'm back. While talking with Aponia just now, it felt like I didn't have control over my thoughts at all. Aponia, is this the true extent of your power? Probably. May, what's wrong? I heard something about Sundown LA. May, are you accusing me of something? Accuse? It was an order, but I can't help feeling responsible for what happened. So the shelter on Sundown LA was where you first met Kalpas? Yes, Kalpas was the mission's greatest variable, or should I say, accident? Or rather, that mission was full of accidents like Kalpas. Sounds like there's a lot of details I don't know. The same could be said for those of us who witnessed it. Even I don't know the whole story. At first I received orders to track down defectors from moths to keep secrets from leaking. But when I got to Sandow LA, I realized things were more complicated than I had thought. Honkai, right? Correct. There were so many infected and all so well hidden. Also, it seemed like there was some mysterious figure on the street known as the boss. He seems to have been involved in everything that went on around Sundown LA, but no one knows who he is. Boss? That sounds familiar. The one other thing I could find was an inexplicable tune. After all, Sundown LA's rejection of outsiders, especially soldiers like me, has reached unfathomable levels. And so the moths gave me all sorts of equipment, so I'd be prepared for anything. But when I faced Kalpas, I only had a single blade left. A war of attrition with the locals. Sounds like it got pretty serious. Well, no, actually, the equipment was accidentally stolen before the mission officially began. So to find the stolen gear, I expanded my search, leading me to an anomaly at the shelter. All these accidents during the missions, it was too much of a coincidence, as though someone were pulling strings. If I never had to track down the defectors, I wouldn't have ended up at Sundown LA. If it weren't for Sundown LA's difficulties, I wouldn't have needed all that gear. And if that gear wasn't stolen, I wouldn't have found the infected at the shelter on Sundown LA. You all know what happened after that, May. Kalpa's unexpected appearance, it nearly shook the entire Moth Swapper ranks. A lot has changed as a result. Seemingly by chance, the two I brought back with me, they became flame chasers. It's just too much of a coincidence. And if the series of events was thrown up by a human, it'd be impossible to take every factor into account. Wait, Sakura, you just said you came back from Sundown Alley with two people? Correct, Aponia being one of them. At the time, the moths thought she was to blame for the outbreak of Honkai diseases, so I was ordered to take her in. If I hadn't, perhaps she'd have never met the moths. There sure is a lot of talent coming out of Sundown LA. of the flame chasers. 3 are related to these events. Perhaps this is an accident also. Well, probably Pato had played a role with it and maybe even stole the gear from Sakura. But who knows? Griseo and Elysian. Seems like I've been spending too much time with you. Yes. Looks like I should get going, otherwise someone is going to be very unhappy. Ah, May, right on time. I was just thinking of you. Here, help me make accommodations. Accommodations? Ah, May, hi. Did you miss me? Well, now you see what I meant by accommodations. Is this your teaching? Well, how do I put it? Yes, but not entirely. Ah, it can't be that. May has noticed. This is Griseo's special place. Griseo is well protected. It's not often I get to see her. Yes, that's correct. But even if this wasn't the case, you must be mindful of your time with her. If I ever hear Griseo say something like, paintbrush submit to my will, it's just not right. I understand. Griseo is easily influenced, or maybe unconsciously imitates others. It's not as simple as influencing and imitating. For example, think of Griseo as a blank sheet of paper. How it might have its own characteristics once it's stained, it's no longer only white. That's what was happening just now. I only spent a little time with her, and she was becoming just like me. I see. It's a noticeable change. And her ego? If she's always like this, then... May, think about the example I gave you. Griseo still has her own characteristics. And so the things that stain the paper, they aren't permanent. Eventually they fade away. To put it simply, after painting a picture, Griseo returns to normal. As for Griseo's true self, it's hard to say. I've seen her cute as an angel and wicked as a demon. Not that she intended either, she's still too young to face these matters head on. At any rate, the sound was enough to catch someone's attention, like a heavy object being thrown from a distance. This is... May, you're back! Right then, Alicia's fingers ran through her hair and then tugged at her ears. What was that noise? Huh? What? Did you compliment my beauty? I'm flattered, but there's no need to bring it up. May leaned in slightly and grabbed both of Alicia's wrists, yanking them from her ears. I asked, what was that sound? Oh, so aggressive all of a sudden. That sound, it was filthy. This was originally a workshop, but she felt it was too cramped, so she closed it. I'm not sure what's gotten into her, but she went in by herself all of a sudden. Filthy? What should I be expecting? Depends on what she's prepared. No matter the role, she's always looking to surprise someone. She's made a mess of the Elysian realm before, but you'd better check out yourself to make sure. Unless it has a soft touch like Klein's, I'm not interested. Oh, how many personalities does she have? It must have taken a while for her to appear in this Elysian realm. Personalities? May, what are you saying? I know, Willie is being hyperbolic again, right? You don't buy it? Huh? When she first reported to the moths, she claimed to be able to impersonate the minds of others inside her. The moths believed her and conducted many studies. When the truth came out, Mobius threw a fit. Vivi's power is actually quite simple. She can split her mind in two. It's not even multiple personalities, really. But Vivi has a habit of categorically separating what she knows, so that might be why you believed her, right? I still take any flame chaser I just met with a pinch of salt. It's nothing. In a way, you would call her they. I'm quite envious of that. I'm not sure if they can communicate with one another, but if they can, they never be lonely, right? Well, I never really feel lonely myself anyway. Oi. Okay. This door up here is finally opened. First thing? Okay, but down there we don't want to go. Very interesting. Okay, what has Vivi to say? Such a spectacle. What's she trying to do? Seems like I have a real affinity with my audience. But today's an intermission? I already told you I'm not interested in your show. I just want to see why the place is open. Feel free to look around. It's my workshop. It's not too into it, but a lot of great stuff is being made here. It's made to look just like reality. In the Elysian realm, that's quite a rare thing. Seems I be here often and wake up with inexplicable backaches. Best to stay focused. Last time we were so rushed we didn't have time for an off-camera interview. What do you think about being the second person to come across every signet in the Elysian realm? Every signet? You're mistaken, I haven't. How come? I deliberately made myself the last to show up. Ah, I get it now. It's Aponia. You still haven't received her discipline. Correct, but I have to come across her in a sense. Congratulations, meeting once is more than enough. Get out of here before getting the signet of discipline. That's the first time I heard someone describe a signet as something to be avoided. Really? Do you think the signets of infinity is a good thing? Fair point. By my standards, Aponia is a good person, but the road to evil is sometimes paved with good intentions. It took me some time to match her level of flair for the dramatic. But what's this have to do with the signet? Is it an involuntary impulse on the psyche? I'm not sure, I don't see Aponia too often. But you seem to have a good understanding of her discipline, and since you know, it's best to be careful. Even something like don't give up hope against Honkai can get a girl killed. A simple idea can have serious implications. Is this place finally open? Ah, are you the Vivi I'm looking for? I'm afraid I'm not the one you're after. What's wrong, Pado? Not again. I've been looking for her for a while now. Can you leave a message for me? I got everything she was looking for and left it at the usual place. She's not trying to run away from her debts, is she? Oh my, not at all. Don't worry, Pato. Though it can be hard to communicate, I try. Great, I leave it to you. When it's finished, send it directly to Sakura. The way I don't have to run all over. Okay, sure thing. I'll let her know. Just now, you were probably a deal with my other self. I'm not too sure. Okay, so they can interact with each other, but don't often do it. And I think Pato gets scammed. Okay. Who knows? Maybe there's still another area. Like maybe something down here. Who knows? Let's see what Kalpas has to say about Sundown LA. What now, Herrscher? Nothing. It's just when I saw you I realized you never told me what life was before joining the Moths. About Sundown LA. Quiet. Talking about it gets people dead. And if I already know a lot? I'm not trying to pry, just curious about the other flame chasers there. The cat? Not Pato. Aponia. Oh, you want to take her on? Like Mobius? To be precise, she reached out to me and sent out some dangerous signals. So tell me, Herrscher, have you been disciplined? I don't totally understand disciplines, but from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like it. Absolutely fantastic. Ask your questions before I change my mind. If you knock her face into the dirt and break these hands of hers, I help any way I can. There's no need for that yet. I just want to know who she is. Self-righteous, moralizing, deserving of death. Maybe some mission clues, like, like a porter? What good is that? Shelter staff? That's pretty annoying. Had she not taken in disinfected, I wouldn't have. Calm down. Break my discipline. I will rip Aponia to shreds personally and show her just how foolish she's become. It's impossible to talk to him normally now. But according to Sakura said, Aponia was the one that took in the infected. Come on, May. Come and back me. A hand rested on the hilt of the sword. What am I going to beg you for? Beg you not to die later? Who did you get that dry humor from? I heard some rumors you might be interested in. Still remember Sakura's little sister? I never imagined that the reason she encountered trouble would be something so unexpected. What's this? Back again. Hey, May, are you alright? May? And we're back in the deep end. Aponia wanted to see us again. Come here, May. Please, walk quietly. This thought inside me are not all friendly. Those stood in the Have you come to pay me another visit, May? Aponia, I didn't bring the pendant with me again this time. Which is to say, you could have used your own will to allow me to come at any time. You're mistaken, May. The pendant has already served its purpose. It was only through that pendant that we could communicate with each other like this. You seem to be much more clear-minded than before. Are you adapting well here? It is true. I'm slowly able to control my thoughts and words. Aponia, bearer of signet of discipline, can finally speak with you like this. I think you were friendlier before, like the children I used to care for. That kind of relationship will be unnecessary. I heard some things about you. Kalpas despises you seems unusual. He is hardly the only one. It's no exaggeration to say that there isn't a single person who doesn't hate me. His arms are often bound, so it's only natural that day like this should come, even more so since Kalpas was originally a beast who would hate being caged up more than him. But you caged him up anyway. May, you have been to a zoo before, yes? The enclosures in a zoo aren't meant to protect the visitors. These enclosures are there to keep the animals safe. Will you please come a little closer? As always, when she said a certain word, no one could refuse her request. Then Aponia placed her hand gently on the side of May's head. Oh, we even know quite a bit about what happened at Sandow Alley. You. After perceiving this nature, hand flared like a pointing iron, causing the other to flinch. I only saw a part of your memory. Please don't be afraid. You should at least get my permission first. May, shouldn't you also have gotten my permission before you looked into my past? Is there any difference between what you did and what I did? I'm not trying to blame you. You're so interested in me. I also hope that you can know more about me and my essence. What a shame. Our judgments for ourselves are always disordered. I should not mislead you further, especially since you still don't trust me enough. Isn't that right, May? Alright, before you leave, allow me to fix your collar. The time for this visit is just about up. Leave? No. Wait. And yeah, again. She really always just takes us there. Hi May, come on. Don't act like you can't see me. Oh, your complexion. You don't look so good. Let's take it easy and do something fun. How about that? If I don't hurry now, I'm afraid I won't ever be able to leave here. You mean you're worried if you stay here for too long, you won't be able to bear leaving me? Alright, I admit that it's hard to be upset when you're around. Elysia, there's something I want to talk to you about, and it's urgent. It's about Aponia. You're asking about other people again? What do you want to know? She told me that in 10 days I will die by her hand. If what she said is true, then I only have about 4 days left. Something so important? Should have told me earlier, May. I wouldn't even bother with such nonsense if it weren't for some strange things that happened. But judging from your reaction, I should believe her, right? Yes, I don't know why this has happened, but this must be Aponia's prophecy. Prophecy? That's true. Someone told me that she can see the future. The future that Aponia sees is written in stone. Even Aponia herself can only see the future, but has no power to change it. She has tried to change the future more than anyone else. May, are you preparing to do something dangerous? No, she has already made her judgment. What you are preparing to do isn't that important. So this isn't a metaphor or exaggeration? Impossible. I don't believe in destiny, unless it is something unusual that happens only in the Elysian realm. But that's just how it is, May. The first time she mentioned her problem to me, she seemed even more exhausted than you do now. We have known each other for a long time. She would only reveal how helpless she felt to me. At that time, a member locked away the deep end was about to be added to the cocoon. Aponia saw him in trouble on his very first mission. So she used her own ways to force that person to stay in the deep end. Then what happened? Well, you could probably guess what kind of people are down in the deep end. Just when the time of his foretold death was approaching, a riot broke out in the deep end. He had no way to defend himself. In the end, the prophecy came to other means. This is just one example. This has happened many times, regardless of how full proof the plan to stop it is. As long as Aponia has seen it happen, then it absolutely will occur. Up until now, her prophecies have never been wrong, so May, you must be careful. From the looks of things, it doesn't seem like my being careful will solve the problem. But even if the situation is hopeless, I can't just sit around and wait for death. Having confidence is good. Okay, I will help you ask Aponia about this. Although she has never done this before, I'm praying that she is just playing a joke on a successor. After all, she rarely tells the specific time she has seen her prophecy will come true. And May, if you can, why don't you stay with me for a little while longer? I'm being serious. So he really doesn't know. Forget it. Maybe that's it. If we had been present, perhaps Win wouldn't have. Huh? Hello, visitor. Please continue. I didn't think that I would interrupt you. Don't worry, we still have plenty of time to mull things over. The Tectitron youth nodded his head and turned away. Whatever troubles your heart is growing heavier, visitor. That's why I'm here. So, we once talked about the psychic mantises. You said you were one of many. And some people have suddenly gained something close to superpowers. That's right, but most abilities are unnoticeable. In fact, the changes most people undergo are too subtle to be classified. Also, becoming a psychic mantis member will always cause a person's cognition to experience imperceptible distortions. Many people who couldn't have shined on the battlefield were hampered by their psychical states. They were unable to continue this kind of work and even began to oppose humanity. Then, Sue, was there anyone that could also predict the future among the psychic mantises? Visitor, it seems like you have already met Aponia. Strictly speaking, I haven't seen her. It's more like a constant dream. Yes, I also have the habit of using fantastical dimensions to communicate with people. This may be a shared trait among psychics. Did she interpret something that she has seen to you? What she's seen? Yeah, it's just that I don't know if I can trust her. You've mentioned being able to foresee things. Is that similar to what Aponia can do? My foresight, it's based upon the progress of the past and the personality of the person involved. It's just like the adage, history repeats itself. Once conditions are met in place, to me, the ending is already inevitable. What Aponia sees is different. She can come into contact with another person and see beyond reality. Sorry, it is difficult for me to explain. I hope this analogy will help you understand. Silence in conversation can express what the speaker is trying to say more than words. The breath of your skin understands your life better than your consciousness. Through the sound of joints, the flow of air, and the expression of genes, we can easily read one's life as long as we understand this language. We all have some understanding about observation and interpretation, but Aponia, she was born with the heaven's eye. What she says aren't assumptions, but the reality that appears before her eyes. Before she understood the principles, she already mastered how to apply them. And then becoming a mantis only enhanced this blessing, or perhaps it is a curse. But even so, the kinds of things she can predict are too broad. If someone really has this kind of ability, then you are basically saying that humans have never posed free will. Is it possible that it's just an illusion? Since a psychic mantis has the power to influence other people's cognition, perhaps the future that she sees is only an incident caused by the influence and what the influence suggests. Perhaps even a regular person could make this happen with proper planning and preparation. The crux of the matter is, Aponia is certain that the best psychic mantis among us, but the ability to guide the future is absolutely not something a human can achieve. Which means that you think she is telling the truth. Perhaps no one has the answer as to what the nature of Aponia's ability is, but if we are merely puppets controlled by destiny, then she is a puppet too. The only difference is that she can see the strings that bind Aeon, that's all. Yeah. I think you can. There is probably something like destiny, but I don't think it's completely hard written. I think it's more like there are parts that definitely will happen in one way or another, but other parts are open. Why don't you call me something else? I'm not that old yet. Okay, Mom. You two have made fast progress. Looks like you found an opportunity to mock me. I have no idea why she insists on referring to me this way. Is it because she has spent too much time with children? Oh, right. Griseo and I were just talking about the monsters we encountered in this study. I never imagined that they were also her paintings. That's right, May. It looks like me again. That's terrible. I don't want her to paint something that people will have trouble accepting. You should also be wary about the amount of time you spend with her. Wait, you mean these monsters were created by Griseo after she was influenced by other people? Well, just a disclaimer, I'm not responsible for whatever this is true or not, but she only starts painting when she is contaminated by something. Which is to say, she takes the colors that others leave behind and paints them on paper. How would it differ from a regular work of art? It's just rumors, but I've heard that although her art can be easily destroyed, has some sort of effect on the mind of those who see it. And whatever that effect is, will be determined by who she was last with. That's what Eden told me. I heard that art that Griseo did after spending some time with Kalpas brought the whole city to the brink of destruction from internal chaos. Really? So since the Elysian is a space constructed by people's minds, she can create lifelike monsters here? That's right. But they are all monsters. To be more accurate, they are the manifestation of a person's self-perception. We've seen this before. They likely belong to Kosma. It was no easy feat for him to tame his inner monster. If that's the case, I'm eager to see what Griseo will paint next. But is it okay for us to be talking about these things in front of her? Why not? Are you really treating her like a kid? At the end of the day, she is a flame chaser. She has probably been through more than either of us can imagine. Yeah, I still would refrain from talking about this in front of her. Since, from what we learned, just because someone knows about it, about things, doesn't mean they should be confronted with them. I think Sakura, for example, knows that something happened to the real her, but not exactly what. So yeah. Strange. Seeing that Ken was alarmed and shrinked away, Klein bent down. He pulled out a few noodles from a box and had them out in front of him. Come over here. An incredible, effective attempt. Ken ran off and completely vanished. Klein, cats have no interest in instant noodles. Really? I've never interacted with animals much. I've also never imagined that you would suddenly have time for things like that. No, this is part of my work. That cat is strange, so perhaps I can do some research. I rarely bumped into it before. You mean Ken? Yeah. Based on my data, this cat appeared when part of Elysian entered the Elysian realm. But she likely did not have a feline pet in the real world. So you're saying this cat never existed in the real world? I'm not certain yet. However, have already been many similar situations. The Elysian realm is constructed from memories. Memories are highly subjective. So many things in this realm are more similar to how they look like in the subjective knowledge of the people with these memories than what look like in real life. Sure, someone mentioned that the deep end here and the real world are completely different. Yes, that is another example of this phenomenon. This feeling creature is the only life form I have seen created this way. Ah, a test subject. Can you help me handle this for me? Line lifted up his box of food. Sorry, when it comes to this kind of food, I have the same opinion as the cat. Yeah. Instant noodles for cats. I don't think that's the best idea. But I'm also... I don't have a cat, so I don't really know. Into the deep free. Somehow, I've become used to this feeling. You have grown calm. May, please come to me once more. I think as soon as she says please, you automatically follow her. If you are as sincere as you say you are, don't use the word please with me again. What? I've noticed what you're doing, Aponia. Whenever you said that word, you are trying to exert influence over my mind, right? It's something like hypnosis, and also quite difficult to resist. Even if I can tell that something is amiss, I still can't refuse you. You certainly live up to your reputation, the greatest psychic mantis. So much time has passed, and yet you still prefer to judge me with such malice? When it comes to judging, the Elysian realm has taught me enough. But this power far surpasses my imagination. That pendant, the necklace that you speak of, it's for enhancing disability, isn't it? Once my will is at your mercy, it serves its purpose, just as you said. Looks like you don't plan on defending yourself. Of course. I've been misunderstood so many times. What is it once more? May, it seems that you have investigated about me quite deeply. Indeed, no one denies your judgment of destiny. Although I can't understand it, the reason I would use to refute you also doesn't carry enough weight. Is that so? Then could you please come closer? You're doing it again. No. Her judgment was correct, but it did not necessarily prove helpful. As always, Aponia put a hand on May's hair. Occasionally, I can be stubborn too. Forgive me this once. Oh, not only did you get so far in your investigation, you also came up with a plan to assist. Well done, May. Enough. How perceptive. I was almost able to see what happened when you and the girl were together. I didn't mean to. So you wish to change the destiny I have seen? I want to, but now I have prepared another plan. Do you think a plan that has been revealed is meaningless? Don't worry, May. Go ahead and do it. This is also what a person has to go through to grow. What a person has to go through? Yes, it doesn't matter if it were you, me, or someone else. Anyone who's learned the authenticity of fate would attempt to change it. It's such a shame. Why does it have to end like that? When you finally come to understand that you cannot define it, it'd already be time for you to leave. Just do whatever you planned, if doing so allows you to have a nice delusion that you did not wait around for death. It's not an illusion, Aponia. However, I truly do want to see you again. Before this, you always avoided my question. Now I want to hear it from you. Can you really do that? There's no need for your doubt, May. I can see destiny, and usually I can see all its details. It cannot be changed. If it could, I would have been able to stop so many things from happening long ago. Alright, I understand. Are you trying to tell if I'm lying based on my words and expressions? May, no one can tell when I lie. Expression, that's right, but not your expression today. Just wait for the day when I defy it. You remember this confident answer you gave me today. The look on your face when that happens is what I really want to see. You have such a vigor. Then I'll be looking forward to it. Please. It's fine if you don't want to hear that word. Well, good luck. I hope that next time we meet, things will be different. It's just the same as before. There are no problems returning here. Why is Aponia so special in the Elysian? She must be hiding something. Hi, May. You look so comfortable. May, you don't look like a guest at all. Can't help it. People like us who have no home must learn to treat any place like home. Alright, I know you have something serious to discuss, so let's skip the idle chatter. So, how did the conversation between you and that discipline go? Aeon believes that it's true. Yeah, I also asked Ethan for you, and the answer was similar. So, you have to believe it, right? I won't acknowledge the existence of destiny, otherwise I wouldn't have came here. This has nothing to do with what I've seen. So what are you going to do? Or rather, what can you do? Let's hurry and go meet someone else. True or not, this won't hurt. No need. I still firmly believe that the prophecy she told me is limited to the Elysian. Only in this artificial woven world can destiny play out based on a certain prophecy. Since that's the case, what if I reverse my thinking? You found a way? You have seen Kalpas in the Elysian realm, right? At the time, what did you experience? Must you bring back these painful memories? I don't think he is a flame chaser at all. He is more like the most terrifying monster in the Elysian realm. If it weren't for the intuition I've developed over the years, I'm afraid I would have suffered greatly. Yes, Kappas did mention that to me that he was the final trial here. And as far as I know, only he and Mobius had caused the death of a successor. Then I've really dodged a bullet. Oh, is this the solution you came up with? That's right. The prophecy Aponia gave me was I will die in 10 days. That's why I'm curious. What would happen if I faced an inevitable death before that? For this I must challenge Kalpas. Oh, now it gets interesting. Fighting against Kalpas. Oh, Herrscher, you... Kalpas, please get over here. Huh? Herrscher, what did you get the... Did you get the wrong person? No, I learned this from you, Kalpas. Haven't you been bluffing like this all this time? This is not a new tactic. I've seen many small animals try to scare off natural enemies using similar techniques. You think this is a bluff? Alright, alright. His final tone was drawn out by a shattering sound, and it was as though the distance between the two did not exist. In the blink of an eye, the man's right fist had already grazed the side of May's face. She raised her blade just in time to deflect this heavy attack, but the aftershock was enough to push her back, leaving 2 long marks on the ground. That's right, it's this kind of power. Before you provoke me, have you prepared your funeral yet, Herrscher? No need for that. My only preparation is to plan what I will do next if you disappoint me. Oh, by the way, you once said that when you were the final trial, there was a time when there was no one alive in the Elysian realm. This isn't you breaking again, is it? Try and see for yourself. That's what I intend to do. There are always exceptions, and I consider myself one of them. Well then, Kalpas, now you should understand that this is an invitation to battle. Surely you have the guts to battle a successor, right? And here I was thinking you weren't that annoying, but you want to get yourself killed now? I won't show mercy no matter what. Of course I know. Not holding back is how you show your respect, otherwise you wouldn't bear the signet of dissemination. And I wouldn't have came looking for you. Alright then, as you wish. I haven't personally killed a Herrscher for far too long. Go, I give you enough time to come up with 100 ways to save your own life. And then die fully convinced. Very good, easier than expected. Where? Right here? Here? Too fractal. Maybe it matches you, but it's beneath me. Herrscher, go as far as you can to the deepest part of the realm. Even if you must crawl, you have to crawl there, otherwise you wouldn't even be worthy of dying at my hands. The killing grounds they have had prepared for me at the beginning, a part of the deep end, can also be used for your burial. Yeah. We provoked Kalpas perfectly. May, why do you suddenly look like you're determined to die? And don't give me that you got it right look, it worries me. Well, that's the plan. This new portal is indeed an area that I've never seen before. This is also the place that Kalpas used as the final trial. One part of the deep end. This is certainly a windfall, but the flame chaser that sees combat as everything, one of the most powerful fighters of the previous era. If there is indeed a gap between us, then this is also an opportunity to see it clearly. And the final confront Kalpas. Too slow, Herrscher. I was worried that you might need more time to warm up. After all, you haven't fought against the Herrscher of the next era. Maybe it'd be different from what you imagine. Oh, will it be even easier? How long do you want to keep up this charade? They all say I'm crazy, but no one takes me for a fool. Whatever your purpose is, I don't care. Now, the deep end you've set your sights on is here. You got what you wanted. It's time to pay the price. Yes, I know what it is that you want. I also know that you've long been waiting for this moment. My anger has been neglected for too long. Far too long. Since you wanted to appear in this place, then try to take it on to the best of your ability. Enough chatter, bring it on. Inward or out. It's definitely back for mercy, Herrscher, but I will not grant it. Talking big before Herrscher will not end well. Yeah. Enough, Herrscher, you disappoint me. A clown bearing signets is still a clown. And an angry clown is still also a clown. Run for me or die. Do it. You will regret this. Wow, Kuikara. This is more like it, Herrscher. Have the peels in the sky already satisfied you? I'll teach you what really makes thunder fearsome. Perish.
おめでとう律者。お前は自身を証明した。殺される価値があるとな。だがこれは戦闘じゃない。狩りだ。さあ、お前の全力をかけて逃げるがいい。
Now it changed completely. Is this his Honkai action or another power? Before a Herrscher, you stand before Kalpas. And the main. Certainly isn't the easiest. what I personally found Mobius up to now hard about the fight. Active Honkai reaction and Fancy Calibers unleashes calamities which finish with throws, deal high damage. Imminent use domain of weapon active force, remove calamities and end Calibers Fancy and build up all the way to miss every hit in this. You enact destruction with such punny powers. Come at me. Destroy me or watch me destroy everything. Even the Herrscher Core was no match for him in brute force. But it's not the time to surrender. To full fate, I must give it my all until I have no hope left. Second phase. This is it. I feel your urge to kill. Avenge me. Let me break a blade as it sharpens. Let me lay waste to everything. Into flames. In the face, Kappas enters Fancy, spreads flames of wrath everywhere and cannot be interrupted. He's unstoppable in this form. Try your best to survive and wait for opportunities patiently. Oh. So now yes. Who will be commanded first? So probably if I... Oh, it's incredible. Can't sustain it. One or your futures will be burned to ashes. I'm the impending doom. I'm your demise. What's so funny? And this is all you've got? You remind me of the first Sasha I tore apart. She died too fast for me to enjoy myself or the despair. Is this the fourth or the fifth? I can't remember anymore, and it doesn't matter. So, I give you another chance to say your last words. In other words, you're not going to stop. Too late. You shouldn't have come to me if you wanted to stop here. For me, things have to have an end, and there's only one way to do it. Last words? I will say them one day, but not now. Very well. After today, you and this place will cease to exist. Let's see who will be the last one standing. Kappas, show me the truth behind how no one survives. Show it to me. The true face of destiny. The air became piping hot again. Everything was evaporating and scorching, and it was hard to breathe. Kabas raised his hand, and if he lands this hit, she will definitely be destroyed. It's impossible to evade. Then, now's the time. Have to find your destiny, Aponia. Come forth. However, there was no response, no words, not even a flicker of memory. Why? What went wrong? There was no accident and there was no one who can help. Did I make the wrong decision? No. Even so, now is not the time. If destiny cannot fight destiny, then I will do it myself. She clenched her weapon again. She didn't have absolute confidence in the death trap she had created herself. At this moment, she began to see the path she had once cut off, scene by scene. This is how it's like when people die. That's right, May. Experiencing death, this is also part of your destiny. Only now can you truly understand how heavy it can be.
やがて私たちは同じ気持ちで互いの存在を見届けられるようになる。絶望を経験しなければあなたは変えられないことを信じない。ここまでにしましょう。決められた運命の時間はまだ遠いのだから。
This time you need to tidy up your clothes yourself. The familiar exhalation is only in the past, and it could only be heard from the depths of that surreal dark prison. It's you. Sure enough, my judgment wasn't wrong. As long as I stage something like this, you won't watch from the sidelines. Aponia, it's you again, that lost. You are here too. Can you please move off somewhere? I want to speak to May alone. Don't even think about it. Aponia, you wish to die again? Kalbas. The man abruptly approached May. His aura didn't flatter at all, and there were still unextinguished flames on his shoulder. There will not be a next time, Herrscher. The man looked at Aponia again and seemed to have something to say, but only grunted coldly and slowly walked away. But until his figure completely disappeared, the boiling temperature did not ease away the slightest. I hadn't seen Kalbas in a while, but he grown more and more obedient. It's okay, don't be afraid. He said that many times before. We can move on. Would it be this hot as long as he's around? Is that okay? Noticing the line of sight directed towards her collar, May remembered Aponia's habit and took a step back. Don't bother, I don't feel that hot. Besides, adapting to this temperature is also an ability I should have. Is that so? But that's not good for the body. Let's move to a more suitable place to talk. Close your eyes first, okay? It's okay. As long as I'm still here, no one can hurt you. But the suspicious look on her face did not fade, but as usual, she soon felt a touch of slender fingers on her eyelids. It's like this again. Before this, it might be a little uncomfortable at first. Bear with it for now, and it will be fine soon. Wait, you.
垣根の中で私たちは文明を有し、足を止めた時だけ私たちは未来を目にする。さあ、手を伸ばして戒律をまとったら理解できるはず。
And from the looks of it, we got the signet of discipline. Aponia's last one. Alright, open your eyes. You're back in a safe place. What did you just do to me? Don't be afraid. What you just received was the signet of discipline. It's not the same discipline they mentioned before. But, however, the sense of loose in her body that had come out of nowhere couldn't be ignored, and the woman in front of her is clearly aware of this. Don't worry, no matter what becomes of you, I will look after you, just as I have others. That's discipline. The way to get it is to lose. But this is not special. You have done it before. I can feel it. Enough, Aponia. I have proven that your prophecy is not without flaws. But if I appeared there, is that also part of destiny? That's unreasonable. Would you mind if I told you a story? It's what Bilby once told me, and I've kept it in my heart all these years. It's the story of an astrologer, famous for her ability to predict the future. One day she predicted her own death that would happen many years later, and she made her prophecy known. As a result, on that day, nothing happened to her. So to protect her reputation, she climbed to the rooftop before midnight and took her own life. So, was her prophecy about herself fulfilled or not? I don't want to waste my time on such illogical questions, but this is the destiny we all despise. Trust me, my experiences in this area far surpasses the ordinary. I'm able to see every moment of the future in detail. I saw your current struggle, and I saw my own arrival. All my actions are just guided by the strings of fate. At the mercy of fate, I can only act desperately. You want to say that when you do something, it's not out of your own will, but because it should happen? You're quick to understand, May. Unfortunately, I was forced to gain this new perspective on time and lost all expectations of causality. But according to Elysian, you can change the process. Since you asked, does that mean you're starting to believe what I've seen? I never meant it that way. This is just for the premise of a hypothesis. Your persistence, it's similar to mine back then. You're right. But how can I bear to do that? Just like how I initially freedom inevitable leads to evil thoughts, things don't always turn in the right direction. I have personally tried to change the doomed fate of some. It only made them more miserable when the end came. At least now, if I know that your death will be peaceful, why should I change it? You know there's no way I believe that. That's fine. I've spent too long waiting. I'm well aware of the weakness and futility of ideals. Furthermore, there's an ambitious, incoherent fog between us. I also hope that you can always stay true to your will, so May, prepare yourself. I look forward to that day. Yeah, and the last one. Now we have all signets collected. And 74. That means the rest I will do in part 4. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, I would be happy about a like, a sub and a comment. And yeah, I hope I see you in the next video where we will finish the, I would say, main story of the Elysian realm. After that I will do the side stories of chapter 1 first, and then probably chapter 2 and 3 together. since from what I could see up to now, chapter 3 has only one side story, and that has something to do with Eden, but I'm not entirely sure. It could happen that more will come afterwards. But yeah, and after that I will upload either 2 or 3 videos. I'm not quite sure how long it takes, where I will do all the vessels or this egg things. I don't remember what they are called, but yeah, I hope I see you in the next video. Goodbye.